Less said about that, better. It's probably only a matter of time before he starts writing more slash fiction.
Oh, jeez. All right, so we are getting finally ready in this game. Sacrilege. Finally readying up. Of course, you definitely do want to talk shop for a little while once you see your enemies' loadouts. It's always good to have a little bit of
Definitely,
discussion.
that's true. They've changed things up to a galleon.
Yep.
It looks like so. They've obviously picked this as a counter.
Very much so. All right, so
Right, let's get things
Sacrilege
started with the loadouts. On the G Lorry Hugger, we have the Mercury Middle, we have Artemis Wings, and on the bottom deck, we've got a Gatling Mortar. On the Sultry Argonian Bard, we have Artemis Front, left side Artemis, and on the right side, we have Gat Mortar.
And on the Sacrilege team, on the the Kong Ming Dynasty, we've got that Hwacha Lumberjack that we saw earlier from Cake. We've also got a Mercury Field Gun and a Beacon Flare Gun on the back. And on the other side, we've got that Carronade Hwacha once again. On the Ares, we've got Hades, Artemis still on the front with Artemis, Beacon, Flare Gun on the side. So I don't, the Ares is pretty much the same. Kong Ming Dynasty looks pretty much like the Cake Galleon we saw previously, except they have a Mercury Field Gun instead of the, I believe it was a Hades on the Cake ship.
Yes, this Mobula is going to have a good mix of long-range armor stripping and long-range disabling and hull damage.
Yeah, although it's a little interesting that they chose to put the positions that they chose to put the Gatling and the mortar because they're facing opposite directions. So they're going to have to be in fairly close, I think, to be able to hit anything. Like I'm not actually sure if they can even hit if they're behind the Ares. I'm not sure if both of those guns can actually hit the Ares. For example.
If you kept them in the right, it's not too hard to kind of keep someone in the in the perfect arcs with the Mobula. Very good vertical movement, quite maneuverable. The Sultry Argonian Bar coming. Yeah, here we should see a Merc and 5 Artemi firing on one ship, and I think that's going to be absolutely devastating.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and
especially for a galleon.
Oh my god! Look at all those components just completely get slaughtered. Oh my!
Guns
and there
down,
goes the armor.
Engines down, armor's down. Even the Ares has got one one weapon taken out here. This is complete destruction. Jensen picked a good build, executing it well.
Yeah, continual fire onto the Kong Ming Dynasty. Sacrilege totally got caught flat-footed there, and absolutely destroyed by that combined fire of the Glory Hogger, and the Argonian Bard. And now the Ares is in very much trouble here as well, getting down onto the ground for some reason, even though they're with the Artemis you want to be above. I think it's the upward arc of the Artemis that's bad, I believe, right?
Ares utterly annihilated by this
and in this case that is a terrible spawn for the Kong Ming Dynasty.
Oh no, they're just gonna, this is another poking hornet's nest situation, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have much of a choice.
Horrific spawn for Ares. Horrific spawn.
Oh, that is actually terrible spawn for the Ares there. Kong Ming Dynasty did get the balloon of the Sultry Argonian Bard down. I would like to see them hit the Glory Hopper instead, and they are getting shots nearing it, but not quite hitting, and the Lumberjack
it's only a
matter
of time. It's only a matter of time before the Kong Ming Dynasty just gets completely disabled, picked apart and destroyed here. It's only a matter of whether the Ares gets in just in time to get killed itself.
Yeah, I would almost like to say that the Ares should not even come near here. Let the Kong Ming try to do what it can do, and then try to regroup, because this is not going to go well at all. But it looks like the Ares is going to come charging forth as fast as it can.
Kong Ming doing a good job of rising up behind these clouds, dropping the spot. But the Argonian Bard's got the spot on him again. Right,
Yeah, I
now
mean, there
that,
wasn't a whole lot of place to
Kong
go.
Ming is highlighted. Oh, saying that, yep, the Lumberjack's got it rung true. It's hit the Sword Triargonian Bard. It's going down.
But the Lumberjack does keep on getting destroyed here once more. I mean, that is exactly
the Ares is coming in. The Ares it's firing at the Glory Hogger from behind. The Glory Hogger has his back turned to the Ares.
If
This
the Ares
could be
can pick
bad
this
for the
up,
Glory Hogger.
with King Mong losing its armor, just getting it back up once again. Looks like the Glory Hogger will probably turn and face the Ares, knowing that it can't continue on, completely ignoring it, and we'll see if this ends up being, well, good for the Sacrilege
Yeah, well,
team
the Gents are kind of outflanked here. Glory Hogger's
Glory Hogger
armor's
has
down.
armors down, and
Argonian
lots of
Bard's
fire coming
balloon
on
is down.
in. Can they finish off the Glory Hogger?
Oh, I think we need
here?
some focus fire here. Little bit of sustained
Glory
focus
Hogger
fire.
getting
Finish off
slapped
Glory
into
Hogger.
the ground.
Maybe not.
Glory Hogger gonna go down there, so that is
Oh.
fantastic job by Sacrilege team staying alive. And even though they got completely blitzed on that first engagement, looks like they might just be able to, at least, well, they definitely managed to get a kill, and hopefully they'll be able to tie this up here.
Yeah, credit to the Kong Ming managing to stay alive long enough for the Ares to get back in. I didn't think he could do it, but he did. And now it looks like the Sultry Argonian Bard's in a lot of trouble as the Ares comes in.
Now, what does the Ares have in front again? Oh, they've got the Hades, Artemis, and that's might end up being a little bit of a problem because they can't get that really fast kill that something like a Gat mortar usually can.
The Glory Hog is actually firing on the Ares. Not
yeah, and it is getting some connections.
Oh, the balloon's down. I'm going to say that. Yes, they've got the balloon down. Sultry Argonian Maid's taking sustained focus fire here, though.
Yeah, and armor is down, balloon is down. Down goes the Argonian Bard to some nice lumberjack shots, and the problem is that the Glory Hopper, I think they need to be firing on the King Mong at this point, but
it's not the King Mong, it's the Kong Ming.
Kong Ming, I don't know why King Mong.
King Mong sounds like a politically incorrect slur.
So in Borderlands 2, there's an enemy whose name is King Dong, so I keep on.
King Dong.
That's yeah.
Right.
It's a play on King Kong. So.
Oh right. Okay. Anyway, yes. Moving on. Dongs and Mongs, we have
Sacrilege
backing off.
Sacrilege did a fantastic job there. They took down both of these ships. They survived what was not the best of spawns for them, and by best of spawns I mean pretty freaking horrible.
Yes.
Spawning on opposite sides of the map. Kong Ming just they managed to back up enough and then go sideways enough to where they just weren't getting a lot of permanent damage on them. Kong Ming here is spotted now by the Bard and the Glory Hopper. Now, do either
I
of
think
okay,
one
so
of
there's
the blue
a
team
beacon.
actually fired that flare, and I think it
Yeah,
actually
'cause
just
there's
illuminated themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Do the Mad Hatters even have a flare gun? And they do not. So all that really served to do was just tell the Mad Hatters exactly where the
it's not going to
Sacrilege team
matter
was.
too much. I mean, the flares faded and they've already dropped spots again. They're both separated by clouds, these two teams.
Sure, but it really, it absolutely gave away their position because
Kong
Mad Hatters had
Ming,
no idea where they were.
Kong Ming's getting separated a little bit from the Ares. Kong Ming just going backwards towards the Mad Hatters. Now he's getting focus fired.
Yep, and this is kind of the repeat of what happened in the first engagement where they just got out wide open. Ares does have a little bit of an arc here, but they're not quite taking it. And actually, the Glory Hogger is on the Ares instead.
He's gone onto the Ares instead, and so they're going 2 1-on-1s here. The Sultry Argonian Maid using its trifecta on the Kong Ming, while Glory Hogger uses its Artemai Merc on the Ares.
Kong Ming is absolutely hurting here. barely, I mean, it almost has no components up. Armor down, and there goes the hull. Barely gets its armor back up, but I don't think that's going to last for very long. Now, the question is, can the Ares really do anything against the Glory Hogger in the meantime?
This double one-on-one strategy is working. I mean, once that Sultry Argonian maid has got you where it wants you as the Galleon, it'll just completely disable everything and just take you out. Boom pace.
And now Glory Hogger taking down the armor and many components of the Ares as well, so this is definitely going the way of the Mad Hatters. And now Ares is just, well, floating out here by himself in this 2-on-1, and I mean,
frankly, the Mad Hatters have the better build. They have a much better build.
Actually gets a really favorable spawn here if the Ares can stay alive, but with the balloon out already drifting down.
I think it'll turn out to be more of a curse than a blessing. If that cloud drifts a little more forward, then they'll see the Kong Ming. If the Kong Ming goes in right now, I think it's probably going to be... Oh, but wait, the Glory Hog is taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, it has gotten its armor all the way down to a lot of Hades fire from the Ares, and the Ares is staying alive. I mean, it hasn't really lost any sort of permanent hull damage whatsoever, but those armors now are taking it out.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time. 2-on-1, you can't. I mean, no ship can really survive. And now the Kong Ming is firing in, but all it's doing is revealing itself for a 2-on-1.
Really, the only chance Kong Ming had here is if it hit basically every single lumberjack shot.
Good spawn for Ares.
Oh, quite a good spawn. So we'll see if the Sacrilege team are able to do what they did before with this teamwork here. Now it looks like the Bard and the Glory Hogger are just going to turn right onto the Ares instead, not even bother with the Kong Ming, and the Ares has got to do some nifty little evasive maneuvers here. And instead it's just going to have to charge right forward.
Oh, but the
Glory Hogger actually lost his
Kong Ming is hitting consistent shots to that lumberjack. Now the Glory Hog is smashing into the ground.
Yeah,
I think the Ares should be assisting to getting the kill on the Glory Hogger.
Well, the problem was that that ship was providing cover from the Ares.
Oh, now the Glory Hog is unspotted, so the Kong Ming can no longer, fire on the Glory Hogger. No, now Kong Ming's in a bad position. Kong Ming can't support effectively, and Ares is wisely drawing back.
They are trying to shoot down the Bard, but as you can see, a lot of those lumberjack shots just continually missing.
Well, if you're doing it through a cloud, it's especially difficult.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not an easy thing to do, but the point here is if at least half of those had been able to connect, this would be a very different story.
Ares is taking a lot of fire. Ares balloon is down. They're taking focus fire from both the Glory Hogger and on the Argonian Bard. I think that's it.
And it's moving forward once again instead of backwards, and Ares goes down. Mad Hatters take this match.
First game of the series to the Mad Hatters. Next, we're going to have Paritan Rumble.
So basically the opposite of this map is going to be coming up here. Now, Sacrilege did have a nice little engagement there after they got those first 2 deaths, but just too much firepower coming in from Mad Hatters at the end.
Yep, looks like he's going to be changing for a gap mortar. Yeah, definitely a completely different build, a short-range, good old-fashioned build here from Sacrilege. See if they'll have any success against the Artemis heavy build of the Mad Hatters.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be a matter of positioning. Who can maneuver better? Who can get or catch maybe the other team unaware? And on this map, that's quite doable. There's a lot of cog cover. There's a lot of terrain cover. You can definitely skirt around edges, get the drop on other teams. But since we had such a huge turnover in ship types or ship weapons, why don't you start us off with the ship loadouts?
Alrighty then, we have on the Salty Argonian Bard, we have Artemis front, left side double Artemis, and right side Gat Mortar. On the Glory Hogger, we have the Mortar top, double Gatlings on the bottom deck, and we have Artemis wings.
And on Disney Films, as we mentioned, it is a blenderfish with that heavy carronade front, mortar one side, flamethrower on the other, and on the Ares, we've got that's okay. They've gone back to that Gatling mortar, which I like a lot better on a Pyramidion, and Carronade flare gun on the side, and that can be very useful on this map as well. So we shall see how this shakes out. Very, very different style of map than we've seen in our first two matches so far. And it looks like
nothing
both these teams are going to be
fancy.
coming up.
Nothing fancy about Sacrilege's build. It'll all be in the execution. If Sacrilege can just catch the Mad Hatters coming around the corner and just focus fire. Better yet, just blend down the Mobula. In fact,
Yeah,
the Mobula and the Junker are really good targets for Blenderfish.
For Carronades, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. Carronade will do wonders against both of these ships.
Yes, and just a lovely big tasty balloon.
Are they going to be able to fire it off at a consistent rate, or will it get taken down consistently? But it is the Blenderfish who strikes first, taking out the Bard's balloon already.
Oh, and the Ares is also firing. Oh, but the Salty Argonian Bard managing to duck back behind cover before things get too super serial here.
And Sacrilege doing what they need to. They duck down behind buildings as well.
Now, if Sacrilege elected to charge here,
yeah, they would have to pretty much go around to the right side. I think that would be their best avenue.
Oh, they could go around both sides, but that's very risky. If they go around both sides, that means that one of them might get isolated.
Yeah, in this case, they're actually just waiting. They're just waiting for ship to pop out, and there it goes. Can that heavy cannon hit? Yes, it can.
Ares is equivocating about whether he wants to go around the other side or not.
But there you go. There's that carry getting taken out already. And now a lot of damage coming onto the Disney Films. And the Ares is just in no position
Disney Films about to back up into a building, takes a bounce. Oh, this could be disastrous for Disney Films.
And Ares is just floating.
Ares, I think he's unsure what to do. If he goes around one side, he might leave his ally on his own.
Yeah, now hits against another building.
If he commits and just goes through, I mean, he could be in trouble as well.
Oh, Disney Films gotta get around. Can you do it?
Ares like just got to make a decision here. Him just kind of pointing back and forth, not sure what to do, isn't going to help. And as you see, Disney Films has taken the brunt of it.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, Ares just hasn't been in this fight at all, and now Disney Films gonna get caught on the other side by the Bard. And Ares bumps against the building, losing all momentum, and that will probably spell the end of Disney Films. Oh, but actually the Glory Hogger is in no shape to support here, so they will be able to get away as long as they can clear this building here.
If you're gonna take an aggressive short-range build, then play an aggressive short-range build. Because if you just very tentatively engage the Mad Hatters, then they'll just whittle you down with those Artemite and that other fire.
Yeah, and the Ares actually took another bounce against this building over here, so that's twice now where it's had all its momentum stopped.
Oh, Ares armor's down.
Oh, they
taking
barely
a lot of fire from that double Gatling.
And the Ares is the first one to go down, and Disney Films will probably not be too far behind, so Sacrilege could have done this.
Sacrilege just got to be more aggressive, more decisive.
But yeah, that was a very, very bad engagement for them. Ares just kind of hung about, doing nothing at all, and then bumped against the building twice while trying to move forward. And now they have some horrible spawns here on the opposite sides of the map, and Ares has already been spotted, so Mad Hatters can definitely just charge on in there and take him out.
We've seen the Wolfpack have some incredible success on this map in the past. I mean, just being full-on aggressive, ramming opposing ships into the wall and just piling on that damage before the other ships have any idea what to do. And I mean, I think Sacrilege need to do something similar here. They just can't pussyfoot around. that means something different in England than it does perhaps in America. But anyway.
No, no, it's it's definitely a saying that I've heard here as well. Now, there's spots all the way around, so there's no sneaking up capabilities currently for Sacrilege. They might just be trying to meet up first, but oh, the Ares is out in the open, and shots coming
Oh, Ares being
down,
caught in
taking out.
transit, but he's going to be able to get to that cover before any major damage is done, I think.
Yeah, it looks like just a gun got taken out, only a flare gun, not too big of a deal, but they are still spotted, now losing spot.
Ares turning.
Ares turning here.
Ares wants them to chase him around the corner so Disney Films can help focus fire, but the gents are not going to take the bait.
And Ares not in a very good position currently, trying to shoot back and up. Ooh, Disney Films coming in. Can they take out the balloon of the Glory Hugger, or are they going to go too much forward?
Disney Films is just going for it, but he's not going on with his ally. He's just getting torn apart.
Oh my god, that was brutal. I mean, it was a good idea, but the Ares was still behind a building.
Yeah.
Not able to charge forward.
Should have waited for his ally.
And now just getting peppered by those shots from Mad Hatters.
I think this could be a 5-0 potentially.
Yeah, it's not going very well at all for the Sacrilege team. Just not in sync with each other, honestly. Disney Films gonna try to come up behind the Bard here, it looks like, maybe. No, they're just hanging out. Okay, probably the better idea there. Ares gets a decently good spawn. There you go. So they will be able to get back together for one more rush forth. But I mean, with a 4-0, it's if there's ever a time to focus a single ship, it's when you're up 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of a 4-0, having taken no permanent damage whatsoever.
Nope, no perma-hull damage, not a scratch on the Mad Hatter's pristine hulls. Disney Films goes very low here. Ares goes over the top of a building. They might be using a split approach, trying to some sort of a flanking maneuver.
Which I would say is
flanking maneuver.
Which I could say would be a good idea, but considering on how bad their engagement starts have been, probably not a very good idea.
Well, I think they need to try something different here. It could work.
Disney Films is going to slam into a building there while he's spotted. And now Ares is going to back up straight into the line of fire. And basically, Mad Hatters just have their, choice of what ship they really want to go after here. Ares looks like the one that they'll be focusing. Salchero going in.
Got to pull back. I mean, a flanking maneuver could work here. They've just got to commit to it, and that's what they've been so tentative to do.
Heavy gun is already destroyed, so there's no carronade,
it's
and
like
Disney Films
just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're just getting completely wrecked.
There we go.
And well, Mad Hatters, convincingly, very, very convincingly take pretty much both of those games.
Very, very good build on this map. Very good build on Dunes as well. But yeah, like I said, just a subtle change on the modular. It made all the difference. All they had to do is switch up that the Merc for the double gap mortar, and yeah, they were away.